And we're back, Conrad. My goodness. Back at her with On Our Mind today. Well, we all know about the iconic Conrad Sapinski on your TV screens, delivering your weather reports daily to viewers at home. But what about before there were TVs or radio, or even earlier yet? How did people understand what and when their weather was coming? Well, this has been on my mind. So today's question is, what was the earliest version of a weather person in history? Ooh. Yes, Conrad, it happened yesterday. We were talking about castles, the ice castles, and I was thinking, I wonder if kings in medieval times had just a weather guy that just sitting around in the courtyard just being like, hey, I'd love to go into battle tomorrow. Wonder if it's going to rain or if it's going to be a little chilly or something.
Yeah, I personally think they did, but then imagine how hard it was to predict the weather.
Yes.
You had no radars, nothing, no technology. They were probably just looking at the clouds, but they were smart about it. So if you see a line of clouds rolling in, you're like, all right, rain is coming in. I had to do that Army training, man. You know, we'd be out in the field for a couple of weeks, in the middle of nowhere, no Wi-Fi, no internet, and I'm looking at the clouds. All right, boys, we got to wrap up right now, you know, just because there's rain coming in. So our section would start putting everything away. All the other sections, they'd be kicking back, just hanging out, you know, and then out of nowhere, rain hits just like that, and they're all scrambling to put everything away. So, yeah, I mean, they were probably just looking at the atmosphere, you know, just the clouds. That's all they had.
No, there's certainly, I agree. I had to do a little bit of digging on this one this morning because I was curious about the history of meteorology. And there's a book, Meteorology. It's called Meteorology by Aristotle, dating back to 400 BC. Whoa. So, you know, the term meteorology coming from meteoros, you know, the falling down from high to low, that's what they kind of called rain. Obviously, of course, it's expanded, gotten a bit more scientific, but back in the day they were looking at like elements and stuff like that, and that was kind of where the water cycle comes. They even back then at 400 BC knew that if the water would evaporate, it would go up, it would condense and get hard, and then it would come back down. So it's neat to think that they were thinking about rain and meteorology even back in the day of, you know, before, you know, zero.
I feel like it was very useful, you know, just because like going out there was lots of fields, and once that rain hit, there was lots of mud. So, of course, they didn't really have that good technology like vehicles, of course.
I don't think they had a 7-day forecast or a 3-day or a radar going on. I don't think they had any of that happening.
No chance. Well, you never know. Never know. Never know.
But an interesting thought nonetheless. So people have been trying to do what Conrad Sapinski does for a very, very long time.
Yes. And we haven't even perfected it just yet.
No, we're getting better though. We're doing better every day. But coming